Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. It's me Anil and we are in the series of online food ordering website using ASP.NET. In previous video, that is part number 7, we have seen how to display list of users in admin module and how can an admin delete a user when they want. And in today's video, that is part number 8, we will going to see login page. We have already covered registration page. Now we will go for login page. Okay, so let's close this. Go to Solution Explorer. Right click on user folder. Add web form with master page. Login. Give the page name as login. Okay. Now select the master page. We are creating this page in user module. So we will going to get the master page of user in user folder. Click on OK. So our page has been created now. Now in this section we are going to take our login design code. Okay. So first of all, we'll take your one div tag. And within this div tag, we're going to take another div tag which contains our label control. So in this div tag, we're going to take one label control. Go to toolbox. Now you can see there is a problem in label control, that is label is not non-element. I don't know why, but we already face the same issue in almost every videos. That has been resolved just by restarting our Visual Studio. Okay, so let's save this and close the Visual Studio and open it again. Okay, so click on save. So I have just opened my Visual Studio again. Now you can see the problem has been resolved. Okay, now let's take an ID here, because we need unique ID should be there for every control. So let's take here LBL MSG, that is label message. Okay, it will going to display the message in this label control. So let's remove this text part. We are taking here label control for displaying the message, right? So we need to disappear this message after the 5 seconds. So we have already taken that code in some other pages. Let's see, I think in the registration page we have taken, let's see. Yeah, it's there, the first one. Select it, copy, and paste it here, the first content placeholder, that is for head part. Okay, Okay, just rename this ID of the label control. Now it's same. The message should be gone. Yeah, it's gone. Save it. Now after this div tag, we're going to take here one the page title, that is header 2. In that we're going to display the text as login. So after this the div tag, we're going to take the row bootstrap row inside this class. Inside this class container, we're going to take the bootstrap class row. Now in this the class row, we're going to take 2 columns. Okay, that will going to split our page in 2 parts. In the first part, that is the first left part, we're going to display the image for the login, and the next part, that is the right side part, we're going to display the controls for login, that is login form. Okay, so in this column, we're going to take here one div tag, that is form container. Within this div, we're going to take here one image control for displaying the image in the first half part. I have taken here HTML image control with the name user login, and I have given here image path which will going to display in a browser, and bootstrap class with image thumbnail. Right now I don't have this image. Let's add it to our images folder. I have already one image here for the login. You can download it from Google. Search it on Google. You will find a lot of images based on login. Okay, so just select any one image and just make sure the pixel of that image should be high, means it should be good, means the image should be clear. Okay, so I am copying this image from here and going to paste in our project. Go to solution, images folder, right click, paste. You can see login image has been pasted here. Okay, now as I said, this row will going to divide in 2 parts, that is the first this column. Now after that we're going to take the another column, but here we don't need this image control, so we're going to remove this. Now here in this form container, we're going to take our controls for the login. So first we're going to take here one div tag. Within this div tag, we're going to take our the first control, that is text box. Go to toolbox, text box. Let's change ID, txt, username. Here we'll take the user name for user login. Let's give here bootstrap class first, that is form control. Save it. Now we want validation also, like when user click on login button. So first of all, that this control, the text box for login, that for the username and the text box for password, both should get filled by the user first, then they can able to log in. Okay, so for that we will take here one required field control, which makes sure that both the controls both the fields have been filled by the user. Okay, go to toolbox, in validation, required field validator. In text box, we need to take here placeholder, enter username. Now let's rename this ID, required field validator username. Let's give here this error message, username is required. Let's give here control to validate, for which control this required field validator should validate. Okay, that is our txt username. Now let's take the fore color, that is red, because we want to display this message in red color, means that should be highlighted to the user. Okay, after fore color, we're going to take here the display property, that should be dynamic, means when this validation message will going to display there, it should get disappear automatically when it finds the control has been filled by the user. Okay, now the another one main property here, that is set focus on error is equal to true. This will do suppose when user click on login button and this field, that is this user name field is left empty, so it will going to highlight that this field, that is text box username, it will going to highlight and it take the cursor to this control, so that user can enter some value to this control. Okay, so I enter some username in this control for the login. Now let's copy this div tag and paste it after that. So here we're going to change our text box name. Here we're going to take the text box for password, so let's give here txt password, enter password, password is required, and here control to validate, that is txt password. Okay, all good. Now we have to take here one button control for doing the login. So here I will take one div tag, in this div tag we're going to take our button, .NET button. Let's change ID of it, btn login. Now here we'll take bootstrap class, that is btn success, rounded pill, padding left 4, padding right 4, and text in white color. And we're going to generate on click event here. Enter. It will going to create our new event in our login.axps.cs page. you go here, you can see this event has been created. Okay, now after the login button I want to display a text like where it will going to display if you are already registered. Click here for the login. So for that I will going to take here one span control. Here we will going to display new user question mark, and here for this span we're going to take one bootstrap class that is padding left 3 and text that is color info. Okay, and here after that we're going to provide the anchor link for like when they click that anchor link, it should take to the registration page. For that we're going to take here one anchor tag first. So here we'll take href, that is registration page, and within this anchor tag we're going to take the text as register here, save it, and we need to take here bootstrap class for this anchor tag, that is badge info, save it. Now let's run and see the design part, how it will look in browser. So this is how it will look in our browser page. Okay, this page is divided into two parts. The first half where we are displaying the login text, okay, and this image control, okay, and the second half where we are taking the controls, form controls for the login. Okay, if someone is a new user, they can register from here, means when they click here it will take them to the registration page, and if they click here it will take to the login page. Okay, now if we click on the login, it should first validate. Now you can see this validation message is not displaying in the correct format, like where it should display, the position is not correct. So we're going to arrange this required field validator control place or position. Okay, let's move this text box control below to the required field validator. So for doing that, press Alt down arrow key, it will go below. Okay, the same for this second one, save it. Now let's refresh this page in browser. Now click on login. Now it's displaying proper. If you want, like for make this error message should be in little bit small, can give here the font size. Let's take here font size small, save. Now refresh. Now it's in small. I think the small looks good as compared to the large one. Okay, so let's make same for the password also. See, now we need to implement the login functionality when user click on login button. Okay, so in this button we're going to implement two logic for the login functionality here. The first one that is for the admin, and the second one for the user. Here admin will be going to static one and user is a dynamic login. Okay, so here first we're going to check within the if condition whether the username password is matched with the login credential. Let's see. If txt username dot text dot stream, the stream will going to remove the some white spaces from left to right. Okay, here it will check if it is equal to the admin, and same as for the password, txt password dot text dot string is equals to 123. If it is matched, then it will going to come inside this if condition, and here if it is matched means this admin login is successful. So we're going to take here one session, and within the session we're going to store the this admin's session, which denotes that admin is logging till the session is not expired. Means when the session is expired, the admin login has been expired. Okay, so here we're going to take the session name as admin because we are taking this session for the admin login. Okay, and the value we're going to take here, that is txt username, and after that it will going to take the admin to the admin module, that is response.redirect, and it will take to the admin module within the dashboard page. Okay, if it is admin login, or else if it is not admin login, it will going to execute the else block, that is user login. So for this we're going to copy code from category page, or yeah, from the category page we're going to copy. Let's open this category. Let's copy this part, that is our SQL classes. Paste just above the page load event. First import the namespace, press Ctrl dot, enter. Same for data table class. Copy the code from here to here, copy and paste it here in else block. Need to change here the store procedure name, that is user CRUD. We have already created this store procedure in previous to previous video, that is when we are doing the registration page, we have done this store procedure. In that we're going to call which action here. Let's see. Open our store procedure, user CRUD. So here the first one can see we have taken select for login. So we're going to call this action. It will going to get the username and password. Based on that, it will going to display some records if it is matched. Okay, if it will get some record, then we will come to know that this username password is correct, that user has been that has been provided by the user. Okay, so let's copy this action name and paste it here. Okay, now we need to pass the username and password also. So for that, let's take here one more parameter, cmd dot parameters dot add with value. Give the parameter name, username. Let's copy, paste here, and the username value that is coming from txt username. Okay, first we'll go give a comma, txt username dot text dot trim. Copy this line and paste it again for the password. Txt password, save it. Now I am pasting some code here. When we get some value based on username password, at that time we're going to check here. First it will going to check whether this dt data table object contains some rows or not. That means the count should be equal to 1, because we are getting the user details based on the username and password. So that should be unique, the username should be unique. That means only one user should be there with the name, with the username provided by the user. So based on that, it will going to find one record if that user exists. Okay, and if it exists, then we're going to take that username inside this session with the name username, and we're going to take the user's id also, user id, that we are storing in the session user id. And after that we are taking the user to the default page. Okay, in that is present in our user model itself. Okay, if it is not match, suppose the user credential is wrong, okay, it didn't match from our database table. Okay, so at that time it will going to display this message invalid credential with the background color as danger, that is in red color. Okay, now in the page load event, it will check if the user is logged in. It should take the user to the default page. Means when the user is already logged in, right, it should not allow the user to open the login page. So it will take to the default page. Okay, so here I'm pasting some code. Here we'll check the session name of user id, this one, the user id that we have taken here just now. So we'll check here the session of user id should not be null. If it is not null, means user is logged in. At that time user should be taken to the default page. Okay, that means users should not able to access the login page when the user has already logged in. Okay, save it. Now let's click on hot reload, because we are doing changes in our code behind page. So for that, click on hot reload. Okay, now go to browser page, refresh our browser page. Now let's see the admin login. First I will provide the wrong credential for the login. Okay, let's add a breakpoint on button click event. Click on login button, press F10, it will move forward, or can go from here, F10. So here can see this credential is not matched. that is the password is 123 and I have given 1234 which didn't match here, so it came to this else block. Now it will going to check whether that credential is going to match from our user table, because it didn't match from here for the admin. Now it will going to check that inside the user block, okay, user code block. So it will going to fetch record from our table with this username and password. Let's see. Now you can see the count is 0 because it didn't match that record from our table, so the count is 0. So it will going to come to the in else block where it will going to display a message invalid credential. You can see here, and after 5 seconds it will going to disappear. Okay, now this time I will go to provide the right credential, login, F10. Now this time it goes inside this if block, F10. Now it will take us to the admin dashboard page. This is how our login functionality works. Okay, but now we didn't implement the logout functionality in admin, so let's switch back from the URL or just by clicking your back arrow. Okay, now we have some users in our database table, so let's check the username and password for the login. We have one user, that is the username is Anil and the password I think 123. Okay, let's see. F10, it's matched. Now after this it will going to take us to the default page, that is our home page. Okay, now that means user is login. Now if we try to go to the login page, what it will do, let's see. Login, enter. So here you can see the cursor has came to the page load event. Press F10. Now here it will check this session is not null, means the user is login. Now it will take us to the default page. See, we can't get into login page once the user is login. Okay, now we want to implement the logout functionality also. So here this button order online will going to take for the login and logout part. Okay, so that is present in our add user master page. Okay, so let's open that in user master. After this the navigation, let's close this SVG. Here order online. So let's comment this anchor tag, that is the button for order online. We're going to take our own button, enter. So here we're going to take one link button, ASP : link button. So first we're going to take ID control, that is link button, LB, that is login or logout. This button will going to perform two actions based on the session. If the session is null for the user login, that at that time it will going to act this button for the login, and if it is the session is not null, that means user is logged in, at that time it will going to perform the action for the logout. Okay, so it's dynamically changed based on the user login. Okay, after the ID we're going to take the run at server and bootstrap class. Let's copy from here, order online. Here the important property that we need to take, that is causes validation is equals to false. We are not giving the text value for this link button, that is it should be login or logout. We're going to provide that text value in a code behind page. Okay, and it will go to change dynamically. Okay, so now here we need to generate a click event, that is on click event. On click, create new event, save. Now you can see our event has been created here in our user master.cs page. So here I am pasting some code. So what I have taken here, it will first check within the if condition the session of user ID. If it is null, then it should take us to the login page, and if it is not null, when the button is clicked for the logout, it should clear all the session and then take us to the login page. Okay, this is the click event of that button. Okay, now we need to take the text part, means which text it should display on the link button, whether it should be display login or logout. So that should be done in our page load event. When the page gets loaded, at that time we will need to do that. So after this else block here within the page load event, we'll take here one if condition, and what it will check here, the session of the user ID is not equal to null, when the user is logged in, at that time what we want to display the text message on that button, that is logout, because user is already logged in, right? So we're going to display the message as logout in our button control. If it is the user is not logging, at that time in else block we're going to display the text message as login. Save it. Refresh it. Okay, we have generated this on click event, so we need to stop this application and run it again. Now you can see the text in this link button, that is login, and login page is open. That means the user is not login right now. Okay, if we click on here the login button, it will take us to the login page. Yeah, it's working. Now let's try to log in as an user. Login. Let's remove this breakpoint from here. Press continue. Now it takes us to the default page, and you can see the text button, the button text change from login to logout. That means user is now login. Now we're going to go to the login page. Let's see, it again take us back to the default page, and we click on the logout. It will take us to the login page, and the button text is changed to login. That means user is now logout, is not logged in. Okay, now say we need to do the same for this admin part also, the logout functionality, and we need to check every pages whether all the pages are checking for the login functionality or not. That means when the page get open in admin module, it should first check whether the admin is logged in or not. If the session is there, it will allow them to see that page, or else it will going to take the take them to the login page. Okay, so let's log in as admin here. Now here we can access any pages right now, because we didn't added that checking part of the session for the login. So let's do that. So first we'll do in our dashboard page, go to solution, dashboard, code behind page. So here we're going to check the session value, and based on that we'll going to redirect to the login page. Means if it is not login, it will going to take them to the login page. Okay, so here after this I'm pasting a code. Here it will check the session of admin. If it is null, then it will take us to the login page, which is present in user folder. Okay, and can check also the session of username we have taken in our login page. Here when the admin get login, that the session the username value, it gets stored in this session admin. Okay, and we are checking that session session value in our pages of admin module. So here it will check whether the session of admin is null. It will take to the login page. Okay, let's save it. Now after that, now refresh this. Okay, after the dashboard, let's go for the categories. Here after this breadcrumb session, we're going to paste the code for the checking the session. If it is null, it will take to the login page, or else it will going to call this function. Remove this slash, save it. Now after the this category, product page is there. Let's see for the product page. Open product page. Here after this session of breadcrumb, we're going to take this code here. save it. Now after the product update status page we didn't take right now, we have created page for user, so we'll do that same for the user page also. In admin module, open user code behind page, paste, save it, refresh. Now we want to implement the logout functionality here, and first we're going to change this name from John Doe to admin. Okay, so open our admin master page. Here we'll change from John Doe to admin, save it. Now refresh. Okay, now here we need to perform the logout functionality. Now you can see here logout anchor is there here, so we're going to comment this anchor tag from here. Let's comment it, control KC. Now here we're going to take the link button, ASP colon link button. Let's give ID LB, that is link button, that is for logout, right? So logout run at server, and within this we need to take the process validation is equals to false, and within this link button we're going to use this one, copy, paste, save it, and we need to generate the on click event of this link button. So let's take that on click, create new event, enter. So if you go on the code behind page of admin master, you can find our this event right now that we have created. I'm pasting here some code. When the admin click on the logout button, so it will first destroy the session and it will take them to the login page. Save it, press on hot reload, but I think still like we need to close and run it again. Let's close it. But I think it's a master page, so we'll not able to run this master page in browser. So open some of our page. Let's suppose the admin modules page, that is product page. Now we'll check whether this login, this part is working or not. If we directly run this page in browser, it will take us to the login page because we have implemented this session check code here. Okay, so let's run and see. You can see it takes us to the login page, but we have run the product page of the admin. There it checked the session code, like if it is null, it takes us to the login page. That means it's working properly. And now let's log in as an admin. Okay, now we click on the logout, it should take us to the login page, and we are trying to if we try to access any page from the admin, so it will take back to the login page if we didn't log in as admin. Okay, so again we came back to a login page. Okay, That means our login logout functionality is working for every pages till now what pages we have taken. Okay, and one more thing we need to take here, that is for here this one, that is for registration. We have done the registration part, but the profile page is left, so at that time we're going to see this also. Okay, so we're going to stop this video here. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye, take care, thank you for watching.